Welcome to the English audio thriller podcast, The Murder Matrix. Chapter 2 Partners in Crime. With no trace of Miss Mehra in and around the residence, Aisha and her team launched on another quest for the new suspect. She felt she was very close this time, only to find out she has a long way to go before she finds the ultimate truth. Wait, what are you cooking?
The chef's special white sauce spaghetti. Dantana.
You know what? I love it when you cook for me.
Really? You can never leave things easy, Aisha. You have to get it complicated, isn't it?
Mr. Sharma's sudden arrival with the whole team woke me up from my reverie. It was time to work, a complicated puzzle awaiting my attendance. What is wrong with you? Aren't you interested in truth and justice anymore? Looks like shutting down the case is all you care about. It was my best decision ever to come here and investigate further, and you have got to accept that you were damn wrong this time. Mr. Sharma responded with nothing but a contemptuous glare. So, everybody, we have a lot of work to do. This is just the beginning of many more challenges to come for us. At least, this is what I presume. Here is the message this whole murder was about. Dabbed on the table, apparently using the onion juice with vinegar, quite invisible until intense heat lights it up. Fear is a fascinating creature, forever feeding on human minds. The fortunate can fight it with might, but others fall running away from fright. It's an easy guess. The fear made Anil Sachdeva fall. He died running away from us. He died running away from fright. Fear killed him, and this is what the culprit wants to show us. Appears as a psychopath, to be honest. Another mind-blowing turn to this case is the lies of Ishani Mehra. No one has ever heard of her in this residence, and she was not the one to call the guards anyways. It was the people living in 404. She doesn't live there. Heard the story, everybody? Now, officers, get to work and interrogate every guard, every family, every person related to Trisha Chatterjee. Ask about Ishani Mehra. Find the answers before it's too late. Go now. Every door in the building was knocked on that day to discover the truth behind Ishani Mehra. But the only response? What? Who is she? Never heard of her.
Ishan, what?
Guards reported the same. Ishani Mehra, that name is not even there in any of the registers. I don't know who she is. After running around the whole day with the same name on our lips, we ultimately deduced it all to be a trick. It's a fake name. Trisha never had a friend called Ishani. Joel, can I please take a look at Trisha's social handles and other hacked information?
Yeah, here. You wanted to find some Ishani. Well, I could not find her, but take a look if you find a similar face among these posts.
Scrolling through her thousands of posts and hacked info the whole night, I found no trace of the face in question. Her sketch shown around the residents of the society yielded no results. They never saw her. Surprisingly, not even the guards who may have let her in all the chaos of the suicide in the building. Now, there is no alternative. It had been clear earlier that this is a homicide, two homicides with a mysterious message as a vital link in between. Ishani seems to be this link, the new suspect of this homicide.
Okay, guys, so after wasting 2 significant days of our lives, where exactly is this case heading?
Oh, please, Mr. Sharma, you don't have to blow everything out of proportion, okay? It hasn't been a waste. At least we are aware who to suspect now.
Indeed, with no clue about how to reach her. I mean, obviously, she hasn't left a trace of blood drops for us to catch her, unlike that chicken Anil Sachdeva.
Wait, you were damn correct. We caught him because of the blood drops. But where did it come from? The muddy footmark trail around the door extended from his door in the direction of that dead end. It implied he had just come out of his flat. Then, what about that blood? Did he get hurt inside the house or did he hurt someone else? I saw Mr. Sharma's expression change from a mocking grin to a frown. He knew this was an important clue and he could not ridicule this one.
Oh, I'm surprised, but you have a very strong point. With all the hassle about the dead body, the message, and Ishani Mehra, we never checked his flat. Where did he get the blood from? We need to hurry and get back to his house at Plaza Residency. I feel we are very close this time.
He glanced at my face, turning pale with apprehension, and all I could do was nod to his instructions. We have to barge in, I said in response to the officers looking at the big lock hung on the door. Holy shit! I didn't expect...
So much blood?
I guess there's a lot waiting for us inside. I whispered, quite agitated with the scene. A magnificent hall with well-designed furnishings welcomed us with an eerie silence and a horrible shade of dark red tainted all over the floor. The dried blood spill was enough to indicate nothing less than a murder. Let's begin the search, I said in response to the strange looks on all the members of my team. Josh, head that way and check the bedroom. Raghu, scout around for anything substantial in the dining hall and the bathrooms. You, go there. Mr. Sharma, what's your plan? I inquired after assigning the work to all. What should we start with? Blood inquiry or the body hunt?
Excuse me, ma'am, how can you think that the body has been lying here and rotting in this flat for 2 long days and we would still be able to stand here with no masks on? The smell would have driven us out of here. And yes, the neighbors are still alive. You think they never heeded to this stinky business?
Well...
I know exactly why they didn't, sir. Look, what I've got.
Raghu exclaimed. Mr. Sharma and I threw a glance at each other and rushed to the kitchen. Raghu stood there, his face distorted and covered with one of his hands to shield the wafts of disgusting smell arising from the small fridge that he now held open with the other hand. It was a metallic grey beauty outside that held inside the awful sight we both weren't prepared for. Ishani Mehra, the most sought-after lady for the past couple of days, sat crouched inside, covered with dried blood, frost and stained long hair tousled all over her body.
Whoa, so she's dead, huh? And we thought she killed Trisha. And even if she did, who killed her?
Okay, so it was her blood splattered on the floor, dripping from Anil's coat. It helped us catch him, and now helped us catch his victim.
Oh gosh, I can't even look at her. Why would anyone do this?
For the neighbors to not pay attention. The fridge helped. I responded just before raising my hand to the face to make an attempt to protect my senses from the bad smell. The neighbors. Look, we need the forensic team right here, right now. They have to handle this as soon as possible, and we must handle the neighbors. At least some of them may be nosy enough to know what was going on between this couple.
Ma'am, did you say a couple?
Follow me, Raghu. I led him to the hall to show him the frames and pictures we missed out on our quest for the body. Here, look at them. and I awaited his reaction.
It's them.
Yes, it's them, Raghu. Anil Sachdeva and the so-called Ishani Mehra. This is too complicated, guys. I said it out loud, addressing everyone at the flat standing and gaping at the pretty pictures of not-so-pretty couple. The girl approaches the police to allege her own boyfriend or husband, maybe, of the murder of another girl. The boyfriend kills her girl and dies running away from the police. And the important note on the emotion of fear to add on to all the confusion.
Well, it's not astonishing. There are 100 reasons a couple may end up killing each other. I don't know for sure, but I affirm that neighbors can help a lot.
Yeah, let the forensic team do their job. We will do ours. We have to get the statements of anyone and everyone related to this man and woman in the building. Start the inquiry right now.
You know what? I actually didn't expect things to get this dirty. 2 dead bodies, 1 emotional note implying an accident which actually did occur, and all 3 people related very close to each other. I do not know where this case is heading.
Mr. Sharma spoke, annoyed with doubts and discussion as we walked past the front door to the outside corridor to begin grilling the inmates of the plaza residence. Yes, ma'am. Who do you want to see? This is Inspector Aisha Chauhan from the Crime Investigation Bureau. My team has come here to interrogate a very strange case, and unfortunately, it concerns your neighbors, Mr. Anil and I faltered. Wife? Girlfriend? What should I say? Wife? Oh, so it's wife then. Yes, I retorted, bringing back my thoughts together. In fact, the couple is killed. Mr. Anil died in an accident while the police were hot on his trail, and we found the girl's dead body in the fridge today. Do you have any significant information about them that may assist us in this case? I saw the lady's eyes pop out with fright until she steadied herself to process my inquiry. Well, ma'am, I couldn't even imagine that their relations would degrade this way. I mean, they could have gone their separate ways, and why did they even try to hold it all together? You seem to know a lot, ma'am, I said, very pleased. Would you please enlighten us? 6:30 p.m. It was almost twilight. My team and I were back at our station. The forensic team was working on the new dead body and evidence samples while I waited for others to assemble for the meeting. An informal one, actually, just in order to put together the statements and apparent proofs which can give us a lead. So, shall I start? I paused for approval. Mrs. Rima, staying next door in 303, threw loads of light on the relations of this couple, Anil Sachdeva and Rita Sachdeva.
Rita Sachdeva. So the victim got her real name back.
Yes, she did. And frankly, it is not just Mrs. Rima. After a day-long interrogation, we have piled up a bunch of information that supports each other very well. So according to the residents, the relationship of the concerned couple was estranged for months together. Apparently, it all started over a year ago when the rumors of Anil being romantically involved with Trisha began to resurface. This affected Rita, and she would confide in her deepest fears about this relationship to the close neighbors. But that didn't help. Anil was always irritated, and Rita was forever doubtful and disgusted with her husband. And yes, the neighbors proclaimed that her disgust and obsession with this man could have led her to kill Trisha. Jealousy is a potent trigger, I believe. Then Rita came to the police and handed them a clue against her own husband. But she wasn't careful enough, and Anil killed her before we reached him. We caught him on time before he could escape and chased him until he hit a car on the run and met his demise.
Voila! End of a beautiful story. So, since everybody is finally dead, shall we close the case? We have many more to come, so better rest, right?
I couldn't suppress a smile. Yes, everybody was dead, and there was no reason not to believe the story. The case was solved. But the message, why did Rita try that? Invisible ink? Never mind, it might be just her fancy way to accomplish the ugly task.
So, Rita went to Trisha's house, inflicted the wounds and bloody injuries. Then, when Trisha was finally weak enough, she hung her to feign a suicide.
Well, apparently.
But how did Trisha leave from the house, leaving the doors and windows locked from inside?
Exactly. Moreover, why would she go through all these pains of fake messages and injuries if she had to finally blame it all on Anil?
Because this is not the end of this blockbuster thriller.
The forensic head at the bureau interrupted the meeting.
No, don't give me that look. You people are not completely wrong. Anil has definitely killed Rita because the blood drops from Anil's coat did match with the dead body lying in the mortuary right now. But there is more. We found this capsule in her stomach, apparently ingested right before the death, so it never got used up in the body. Wrapped inside is a paper note, a message. Dear demons of the daunting hell, was disgust always a horrific spell? For kind kins and humane men, can disgust ring the terror bell?
Disgust. This one really loves emotions, doesn't he? This message just suggests that the reason Rita is dead right now is because she was disgusted with what her husband did. She was disgusted with the affair. Her complaint led to her death. So, Rita isn't the one. She did not kill Trisha, she simply got the opportunity to blame it all on her husband, and so she did. But that got her killed. Oh God, we have a long way to go, officers. Rest well today. Don't really know which other emotion awaits us tomorrow.